Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be filming my get to know me tag. So if you'd like to get to know me, I think we've been on this journey for a while now, but it's time, we get to know each other, then please definitely keep watching. So as mentioned, I've gone through my entire pregnancy on this channel, so I think right now is a perfect time for me to just film this video. I've been meaning to for a while now, but it's been a bit crazy. I know having like a newborn baby is intense. So I did write all the questions on my phone, so I will be looking down my phone. Most of them are from Google, some is just extra things that I'd like you guys to know. And obviously if you enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for new videos every Sunday, and we're going to go straight into it. Okay, so we're going to start off with my bio. My name's Aneo Kobela DesRay. There's an interesting little story about each one. So when I was born, I was just with my mom and my aunt. So my mom gave me my name Neo. Neo means gift, and then that was the only name on my birth certificate until when I turned 18, and then I was allowed to add extra names. So Kobela and DesRay I was given to by my grandmother. Kobela is a family name. I'm named after a great aunt, I think. But then I also share the name with my mom's eldest sister, and then DesRay was a name that my grandmother just loved. So I tend to use DesRay a lot more because I think it's just a beautiful name, and it kind of reminds me of my grandma, and unfortunately my grandma passed away a few years ago. So when I got to university and I was so cool, I was just like, DesRay's the one. I was born in Middleburg in Mpumalanga, but I grew up in Polokwane. So I'm a Limpopo girl, Kimopedi, speak Pedi kind of fluently. I'm kidding, very fluently. I made sure I learned it at some point. And then currently I'm staying in Centurion. I was born in 92, so that makes me something years old. Yeah, I'm 27 right now because my birthday's in August, so yeah. Then I have one sibling. She is 19 years younger than me. I left for university, and then my mom was like, I can't be alone in this house. So yeah, so then I have my little sister is she's now 8 years old. Languages that I speak Pedi, as I said, Kimo Pedi, and then I speak English, as you can tell, and speak Afrikaans quite fluently, and I dabble in Ndebele, dabble in it, just not full blown, just so because I kind of understand Ndebele because I spend a lot of my holidays in Mpumalanga, so you kind of had to know the language of the land. So yeah, so I can kind of speak Ndebele, and I'm not gonna say it right now because I'm on the spot. Nope. I don't want you guys coming for me like, girl, do you call that Ndebele? What the hell? So no. But as I can understand it, and I can kind of respond to like the simpler sentences. Then in varsity I learned Spanish. So yo hablo español. Right, coming in, hey. And then I also know Latin because just because of, I don't know, busty things, eh? So yeah, so I also know a bit of Latin. I can read Latin, I can write Latin. You don't speak Latin just because it's a dead language, so you don't speak it, I can read it and I can write it. Moving on to my favorites. This I'm going to try and go as quickly as possible, like a quick fire round. Starting off with favorite movie genre would have to be, I love disaster movies, or rather I used to love disaster movies, but right now we're kind of living through a disaster movie, so I'm kind of like, it was fun to watch where the volcanoes and the hurricanes and earthquakes were taking people down. Now that I'm living through a pandemic, I'm just like, not so fun actually. But yeah, actually I did enjoy so disaster movies. I like your Titanics and your Outbreak and San Andreas, just like where nature's just like, fuck everyone, just I'm sorry. And then my favorite movie of all time, a movie I can watch over and over and over again, is Independence Day. I don't know what. It's aliens. It's Will Smith. Just lots of you know, blowing up of things. So yeah. Favorite YouTubers, I love Patricia Bright. I think she's absolutely fantastic. I love Christian Guzman. He's a fitness professional. I just love his ambition, and he's, you know, he's done so much for himself, and you know, I love his ambition. I love how far he's gotten in life. There are a few South Africans that I also like watching. I like watching you know, Mommy and Baby Approved. Obviously, when I was about to have a baby, I was just like, I need to get as much, you know, family content as possible. So Mommy and Baby Approved, Aisha in Life, love them too. And then obviously I do watch some Mikali here and there when, you know, my makeup game is just like, girl, please try something, do something. But yeah, obviously, but I'd say yeah, those are the YouTubers that I tend to watch a lot. Favorite music genre, I like a lot of old school. So old school everything almost. So old school old school house, old school R&B, old school Afropop. Just, you know, like I'm talking old school. I'm talking Chico Twala. You know, those are my people. Those are the songs that I love, because most of them I used to listen to with my mother. So when I listen to like a Chico Twala song or Patricia Majalisa, I'm just like transported back to, you know, Sundays cleaning with my mom. And then I also enjoy some, as I said, old school R&B, because, you know, remember back in the day we had Wilson Binkosi on Metro. Yeah, that was yeah, it brings up good memories. So yeah, so that's kind of my thing. My favorite vacation destination, I really want to go to Greece. Not so much for the islands and stuff, but for the ruins. I have a thing about Greek mythology. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Greek architecture, just, you know, I love the Greeks. I read a lot of I've read a lot of Greek mythology, and I love reading just everything Greek. For me, it's just like so yeah, so I want to go. I want to see the Parthenon. I want to visit, you know, Delphi. I want to just see Delos. I want to see everything that I read about in books. Then favorite Netflix show, I enjoyed season 1 of You. Was very interesting. I was just like, what's happening? You know, season 1 of You was really nice. But then I enjoyed The Umbrella Academy. That was a series that I could not stop. Like, I started 2 episodes with my husband. He went to sleep. I finished the entire season. So then favorite social media platform, I used to love Instagram, but I'm kind of, I don't know why, but I'm kind of like you know, kind of going back on that. And then I've actually started using Twitter a bit more now, so follow me on Twitter. And I do still use Facebook quite a lot, because I'm a part of a lot of groups there, you know, relationship groups, and just I was part of a group of moms who were all giving birth in February, and we all gave birth, and now we're still talking and just kind of going through everything together. So I do find myself on Facebook quite a bit. My favorite book would have to be Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. I remember it was prescribed to us in varsity, and you know, usually I would just kind of like read the information that I need to know for the exam. I'd never read the whole book because we had so many books to read in a semester. But I could not put Things Fall Apart down. I couldn't put it down. It was absolutely fantastic. So Things Fall Apart is definitely my favorite book. So moving on to my career, I am a university graduate. I studied BA in English Studies because I actually wanted to go into film. So I wanted to actually go to film school, but kind of didn't sit well with my mother. So instead she said I should get a degree, and then I can, you know, do whatever I want afterwards. So the plan was to get an English degree because I was hoping that I could start off in, you know, the writing process, and then, you know, move into producing and stuff, like just study to become a producer and everything. But yeah, that's what I studied, English Studies. What was my dream job as a kid? As I mentioned, I wanted to become a film producer. I really wanted to, I even wrote down like a number of like stories that I was going to produce and make into movies and series and stuff. So that's definitely something I wanted to do. What do I do now? Whew, now I do a lot of things. When I left varsity, I had a job in marketing. I did that for just about a year. Unfortunately, the company went down. Yeah, that's a story for another day. But from that point, I had to like just kind of you know, figure out what to do. So my husband and I actually started a tuition agency, because I graduated a year before him. So while he was finishing his last year, I was working, and then when the company went down, then we were both, he just graduated, so now we both didn't have jobs, and so we started a tuition company. We were just tutoring to make ends meet, and then he got a job, and then we just continued with the tuition, and that has actually gone well. Now we own a tuition agency, so I kind of run that from home. And then I also went into I was always into fitness, so I decided when like as I said, when the company went down, the marketing company went down, then I decided that I would, you know, get a degree in personal training. So I studied that while tutoring, and then once I got my certification, then I started working as a personal trainer. I was working as a mobile personal trainer, so I'd go to clients and train them from home. So yeah, that's what I did. But then obviously right now with the baby, I kind of took a step back from that, and I am just now running our agency from home. Who is my role model? My role model, obviously I'm gonna say my mom, because I think she's the strongest woman I know. Honestly, she's been through a lot, and she's always very honest with me, because honestly most of my life was just me and my mom, and I got to kind of know her and see what kind of like what strength is, because she's very honest. She'd tell me when we were struggling, she'd tell me like, you know what, this month things are not coming together. You know, she wasn't that, oh, we have food at home so you can't get McDonald's. She'd just like point blank be like, listen, you know, I had to pay for your school fees. Do you know how much your school fees is? This is how much your school fees is, and you know, this is how much is left. So do you want me to give you McDonald's, or do you want me to buy groceries? You know, pick a spot. So I actually really love that, because I kind of you know, as soon as I was able to understand, she was very honest, and you know, that actually helped build me up a lot, and it also showed me you know, how important it is to actually, you know, keep fighting and persevere through, you know, the hard times. And yeah, so definitely she's my role model, 100%. Moving on to my personality. I have so much of it. I'm lying. How would I describe my fashion sense? I have no fashion sense. I am a jeans and t-shirt type of girl, and not even in the ooh, and I hate it with like a nice heel. No, I mean sneakers, jeans, a t-shirt. But actually most of the time I'm in workout clothes, to be honest. So just workout clothes all the time, every time. That's it. Do I have any weird quirks? Yes, I do. I like turning random phrases into songs. So half the time when I'm responding to my husband, I'm responding to him in a song. Yeah, I know I have like I feel like I have a good library of songs in my head, so I can always find a song that has the phrase I'm about to use, and he's literally half the time just staring at me like, but why? Pero cute, you know? What is the craziest thing that I've done? I cannot say that on camera. I have family that watches this. Yeah. It didn't, yeah, I'm not even going to touch it. It just, what do I do in my free time? Watch movies. That's, yeah, I really, you know, especially before the baby, when I was training, working on the business, I really didn't have much free time, and my husband doesn't have any free time, so literally we've just been working. I remember I was telling someone that we haven't been on our honeymoon because we've been working. So I like literally rarely do have any free time. If we find ourselves on, like, you know, a Saturday that we're both not working, then we'll just sit in bed and just like rest. So we work quite a bit, and whenever I do get any free time, I'm watching a movie, usually alone, because my husband is at work. So yeah, that's about it. Then now moving on to relationships, I must describe my first crush. Yo guys, my first crush, I was maybe in about, I think, grade 3 or grade 4, and there was this guy who I used to use the same transport with him. So I lived in Turf. If you're from Polokwane, you know Turf. I lived in Turf, and then I went to school in Polokwane City. So you'd have to, it's about a 20-minute drive. So you'd get a transport that would take us to the different schools and drop everyone off, and then take everyone back home. So yeah, so there was a guy there. He was, I think he was either in grade 6 or he was in high school. Okay. I thought he was the cutest guy in the flippin' world. Okay. He used to make sure that he'd come fetch me from from our section. So he'd come from wherever, as I said, I'm not sure what grade he was in, but he'd come and fetch me. I want to say he fetched me, but I know he fetched me and the other grade 3s that were there with me. But anyway, I thought he was just like there for me. And then he'd come fetch us, he'd take us to the transport. And I remember we lived not too far away from each other, so they'd drop us off at the same spot. And by the stop where they'd drop us, there was a bakery there. He'd buy me chips, or he'd buy me a sweetie, a lollipop, or whatever, and then he'd walk home with me. So he'd make sure that he'd kind of leave me at the gate, and then he'd go home. Oh my god, I thought it was because he was in love with me. Did I not learn that later, that my mom had gone to his family and said, guys, they go to the same school, so please can you just get your son to just make sure that he, can just take care of my little girl. That time I was so sure that he loved me, guys. Yo, my heart was so broken. And then he left, and then I think the family left and went to Malawi. I remember he was telling me at the end of the school year that he's moving to Malawi. I was heartbroken, guys. Yo. Anyway, that's my first love there, guys. Just don't tell my husband. Well, taken, as I said, I am married. Yeah. And then how long was my longest relationship? My longest relationship is the one I have now with my husband. We've been together for a while, a long time. What year is this? This is 2020. We've been together since 2012, end of 2012. Yeah, so almost, we're going on to 8 years now. Wow, that's a long ass time. I'll tell you about my failures. When we just started, when my husband and I both weren't working and we just starting off, I dabbled in a lot of companies. I started a lot of companies and failed at a lot of companies. So yeah, it's like the life of an entrepreneur. You kind of start an idea, and then it kind of falls through, start something else, falls through. After I left the marketing agency I was with, I was so sure that I was going to start my own. That failed. Then I wanted to get another job in marketing, but I hated the place I was interning at, and I didn't like the people, so failed at that. Like, a lot of my failures come from me trying to just find my footing and earn an income. So yeah, a lot of failed business ideas, lots of them. Then my wins, I'm all about breaking generational curses, all about it. I was the first person in my family to get a distinction. I was the first person in my family to get a degree. I'm all about those generational curses and just breaking each and every damn one of them. So those are my wins. There's a few more, but you know, let's not step on people's toes. What am I happiest with in my life right now would have to be my daughter. I love her so much. She's so tiny and absolutely adorable, and yeah, I'm really happy with my life right now. I won't even lie. I'm so grateful for where I am in life, and I count my blessings as much as I can, and I try and protect everything I have with my whole soul, you know. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm happiest with right now. Just my life is at a good place. It can obviously always improve, but you know, I have a loving husband, I have an adorable little girl, you know, my mom is still here, my mom is still strong, my little sister is crazy smart. So yeah, I say that the one I'm happiest with right now is my family. I have an amazing family, and I'm grateful for that. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. As I said, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next one. Bye.